And we're back again. Welcome to another Power Talk show with your boy DVD King. I'm back again with another video. Today's guest, guys, welcome. Today's guest, we have the most beautiful September Rain in the building. We got September Rain in the building.
Hi.
All right, guys, make sure y'all hit the thumbs up, like, subscribe, share the channel. We're gonna get right into it. How you doing today, Miss Lady?
I'm doing fantastic.
All right.
It's hot though. I'm in Cali, so
Yeah, it is
anybody
hot
in
out here.
Cali know what's going on. It is like so hot right now. I can't even deal. I'm like in a bra. I'm like laid out. It's a lot.
Definitely. For those that don't know you, why don't you tell them who you are, where you come from, and what you about?
Okay. I mean, like, damn, that's back. No, it's okay. So for people that don't know me, my name is September Rain. Hello out there. Or I Spy September. I don't know why people call me I Spy. That is like the weirdest shit. Why would I name my name I Spy? It's really weird. But I've been in adult film now for 3 years. I got in adult business maybe about 5 to 6 years ago. And now I'm living the dream. I'm a mattress actress.
She said a mattress. That's the first time I've ever heard that,
I'm
guy.
a mattress actress.
A mattress actress. Wow,
Yes,
that's the
child.
first time I ever heard that right there. Now, right there, that's a new one right here, live right now on the Power Talk. A mattress actress. So when y'all meet a porn star, she's not a porn star. She's a mattress
No, I'm an
actress.
actor extraordinaire.
All right. So let's get into it. Let me ask you this. What actually made you want to become an actual porn star?
I love that question because I don't think anybody wakes up and says, I'm gonna go and display themselves sexually for the world to see, like with a complete stranger. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it doesn't happen overnight. And I love when people are always like, what's your story? Because I feel like everybody has their story, and it doesn't necessarily have to be a horror story. So for me, people that don't know me, my fans out there, my rainmakers, hello, y'all know me. I always grew up very open. So my family was always nude. We were always, we kind of knew body parts, you know what I'm saying? Like what went to what did what, like how that happened. And so when I grew up and I got to a certain age where I was an adult, I had started to, I was modeling is what I was doing. So I was mainstream modeling, doing commercials. Like I'm from Sacramento. Shout out to NorCal in the building. And so I would always go to San Francisco, go to Oakland, do that whole real modeling thing. And from there, I started to dance, and I started to exotic dance. By dance, I mean exotic dance. And as people know that watch porn, when the girls that are exotic dancers are at the club, the porn stars come and they feature. And so that was the thing to where there was a few of, the industry vets in the game. Sorry, I'm plugging up my charger. There's a few industry vets in the game. And I got a chance to meet them and rap with them and talk to them and get advice from them and all that good stuff. And I think I was maybe, I don't know, I was probably like, I was in my 20s. I do know that. And I was already nude modeling. I was already dancing, like go-go dancing, And then I took up doing the whole exotic dancing. And I remember I met Tara Lynn Fox. Shout out to Tara Lynn Fox. And I met her, and she was going to get me in. Like, she was going to have me go to LA, and we were going to, like, meet, a few of the industry people and set that whole thing up. And I told her no, and I wasn't ready for it. And I just felt like I was just in a time where I wasn't ready. And so I continued to dance. I didn't think nothing of it. And maybe a year went by, and I got an opportunity of a lifetime, and I started to do. I worked with this company that did a calendar. They sell micro mini bikinis. I still work with them. I'm still an ambassador for them. It's a company called teasem.com, and they were connected to webcam. So when I did webcam, it was when it was still really, really new, and a lot of people didn't really know about it. And there was only like two major cam companies, and I worked with them. I worked with one of them for about 2 years or so. Ooh, uh-oh. I worked for about 2 years or so, and then I got nominated for Ebony of the Year from the Adult Webcam Awards in 2015. And from there, I feel like everybody in porn kind of found me. And then I made the decision to get in. And now I'm here.
Okay.
I'm here now.
All right, so now you're here. So now, with that being said, from there to now, from there
Yes.
to you you've been to AVN, you've been to you're doing Urban X.
Yes.
How is it with you being in porn now? Or because before you said you wasn't ready. Remember you said
Yeah.
that you told her you wasn't ready and then you end up doing it. So how is it now? Do you feel like you should have made that leap sooner, or are you happy with the transition?
You know what? When I first maybe like the first year, I always like, you get in, and then I was like, damn, the industry changed. You know what I'm saying? Because you watch like documentaries on Netflix or whatever, and they display a time in porn that was very different. It was before my time. So to get in at that point, and I was like, oh man, I should have got in way earlier. I would have made so much more money. But the thing about it, it's a business. Just like show business, it's part of that is business. Just like adult business, part of that is business. And so if your head is not right to where you can focus and get the job done the way you need to get it done, then I don't think it would have mattered. I think that had I would have got in, I might have fucked that money off. Excuse my French.
No, you good.
I would have messed that money up because my head wasn't there. So now where I'm at today, where I'm hosting Urban X Awards live stream, and I've been to ABN and walked the red carpet and autographs and all that. Now, I think that I did it in the way that I absolutely should have did it, because I feel like I waited till I was older. I waited till I experienced a little bit. I think as a performer, our job is to make it look believable, right? Our job is to bring you in to us and our world sexually, and for you to go on that journey with us and feel what, to be able to say, I know how she feels when she's coming right now because I know that feeling. You know what I'm saying? And to
Okay.
be able to do that, I feel like you have to know yourself sexually. You have to kind of have lived a little on your own. And so when you're young, yeah, you can get in and yeah, you can make money, but your performance may be over exaggerated. Your mindset may not be there. You got to develop your own sense of talent, your brand, what you bring to the table. Are you like Prince Joshua, where you flipping girls, around, and that's your signature? Are you like September Rain, where you put your legs over her head? Like, what is your ticket? What is your thing? And it takes a minute to kind of master that. So I'm glad I waited. I think that I did it exactly the way I should have.
Okay. All right. So let me ask you this. Basically, you're talking about sexual. Now let's get on to that, because a lot of people think, a lot of girls, that might be young and might be saying, "Oh yeah, I can do that." They're not
Right.
knowing that just as it's hard for a guy to perform on camera, it's a lot harder for a girl to perform.
Oh, it is. It's hard. People don't understand that it is hard for the girl. Like, I mean, no offense to my guys out there and my porn performing guys. Like, this is nothing to them, because I feel like as a male performers, it's their job to keep their stamina. It's their job to keep their momentum. It's their job to make us look as sexy as humanly possible. You know what I'm saying? Because that's what the guy is focused on. Well, the majority of people that watch porn are guys and couples. I feel, in my opinion, I don't feel like, at least heterosexual porn, that it's guys and couples, and so they're always focused on the woman and how she looks. And so really, it's like the guys, they're kind of like the unsung heroes a little bit, because they're kind of like the props that kind of keep us together. But it's our facial expression, it's our comfortability, it's our sexual way of who we are, and that's what gets shined upon, and more so than the men. So for the women, you not only thinking about, okay, do I look sexy? Is my makeup right? Is my hair right? Is it, if I flip it this way, is it good? If I flip it that way, is it good? If I, if I'm bent down, does that look good to me? Am I sucking the dick? Is my hair all in my face? Like, we got to think about that when y'all are in between us, or when the man is in between us. We got to space our legs open so that you can see what we're doing. You know what I'm saying? And people don't realize that in regular sex, when a man is penetrating a woman and she's taken there, her natural body reaction is to clench him and bring him into her and explore that orgasm. But we cannot do that, because we have to be open to where you can actually see the penetration, or you can actually see the cum, or whatever. You have to be able to see that. So imagine yourself when you're at home with your man, or your woman for that matter, for whoever's listening, to be able to not only be able to do that with bright lights shining on your face, to have it, other people in the room, and then to connect with a complete stranger at the same time of wondering how you look. Because as a woman, that's what we're concerned about. I don't think the man is concerned about how he looks. I think the male performer is concerned whether or not his dick is hard or not, and whether you look good, and whether the scene looks good. But women, that's just women's that's in our nature to worry about, like, what our titties look like what our makeup looks like, are we sweating, are we, and so to do that and perform, hats off to every female performer.
So what actually turns you on? Like, literally, like, I know people want to know this. What actually turns you on and actually gets you off on camera? Because
on camera.
On camera. We're not going to talk about
no, for sure, absolutely, yeah. And I appreciate that, because it's a difference. There's a difference, and I'm so glad that you said that, because people always ask the question. Interviewers always ask the question, and it's like they want to know personally, and what it is personally is going to be very different for me professionally. Because see, personally, I'm a sub. People know, like, people don't know that I'm really, really, I mean, I know that I'm sub in film too, because I'm real good at it.
Uh-huh.
And I have this sick and twisted pleasure out of that, because I feel like the sub is the one that kind of really navigates the situation. It's their job to not be obedient so that they can get punished. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for those that don't know, sorry to cut you. For those that don't know, can you explain sub to a lot? Because it might be somebody up in here and be like, "Sub, what do you mean?"
Sub. Oh, got it. Sub. I was like, what? No, no. Okay, so dominant and submissive for people that don't know.
Okay.
The BDSM, the bondage, the dominant, the submissive. What's the other one? It's BDSM, and sometimes it's sadist and masochism, but I don't even get into that because that's just not really my choice.
Yeah.
But yeah, so people, no, I'm glad you said that. I'm sorry. For people that are listening that don't know what I mean, sub meaning submissive. I take a very submissive role. Naturally, that is just for me. Naturally, I get this weird pleasure in knowing that it's me that's doing something that's pleasing somebody else. That's just the way that I am. But in porn, it's something about being in control of that. It's a power thing for me. I'm a perfectionist, I think, and I am, when it comes to sex and sexual expression and sexual art, I really, 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 really love what I do. And so when I'm on set, it becomes this thing like, how much animalistic behavior can I pull out of the person that I'm working with? And how can I do that in a way that we can embrace each other as performers and enjoy that moment and take people there and make that shit look believable and feel believable? Like, how can we do that? Like, that is my goal. So when I'm there and someone's giving me that struggle, it becomes a game for me. And then I like that. And anytime that I feel like I'm succeeding, which I think that's why I feel like everyone always asks me what's my favorite type of porn, like what's my favorite type of movie.
Yeah, what is your favorite type of movie?
Yeah, and I, to be honest, like this is gonna sound so sorry, but multiple guys turn me on
Oh,
film.
wow.
Yeah, and that's something I don't feel like women are open enough to say that. They're not either. They don't express that. Like, you know, they always say, "Oh, I like the girl, or I like the boy, girl, or what." No, fuck that. I like a gangbang, a good old gangbang, or a good old blow bang. And I know that comes off real out there, but I don't. You know, that's what it is on film. I love that because for me, it's a power thing. When I am being in control of that many people in one room, I feel like the most powerful. And when I feel like the most powerful, I feel like the most sexy. And I get to have fun with that. I get to let my guard down and have fun a little bit because there's so, like, when I feel like when you're in a scene with just you and that other person, if y'all not really vibing, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, let's just say that's a stranger or that's somebody that y'all have had history with and it ain't the best history, then on film, it might come off really awkward because you're stuck in that space with just you and that person. But when you add other people into the equation and you add other people's character and other people's personas and other people's sexuality and their flirtation, then I feel like you can let your guard down a little bit because the focus isn't always on you all the time at one time. It's on what the fuck is going on in its entirety. And so when I'm able to let go and see that, oh, okay, I'm controlling this, then I feel more sexy and I become a beast on camera. And that's just what it is.
Yeah, I heard it here first. You become the beast on camera. Look at
I become a beast on camera. Like women can be beastly too. Women can be hardcore too. It's, you know, and women can like hardcore. That's the thing. I like hardcore porn. Like I love it. And it challenges you. It takes you there. It's a game for me, like personally, I think. Like it's what I love to do. I love to express like just be expressive. Sexual expression to me is beautiful. I think that when you get into that, when you allow your mind to get taken there, you just have a sense of freedom that I think a lot of people are suffering from not having. They don't have that sense of freedom where they can express, this is what I like. This is how I want to be touched. This is how I want to show you that I feel sexy, you know?
Mm-hmm. So let me ask you this. What is what is your main favorite position that you like to do? Like on camera? What is something that separates you? Okay, now you talk.
Okay, well that's different. What separates me from the rest is that I'm flexible as hell. So, you know, these legs go to Mars. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
And the legs go way, all the way up. You know, the legs go all the way up. But and I mean, what separates me, you know, I was nominated Orgasmic Oralist, so you know, that's what separates me. But position wise, you know what? It's hard to say. Like, I guess that would be a cowgirl position, but when he's laying there and it's reverse cowgirl, but reverse cowgirl when like we're laying down, if that makes sense.
Okay. Yeah, I know.
Not reverse cowgirl where he's sitting on the couch and I'm just bouncing, like I'm pretty much standing and bouncing and the camera right there on me and I got sweat and shit. No, that is not my choice. Let me just say that is not my choice. So I hope that it looks sexy because that shit be hot and shit. I don't like that at all because I feel like spotlight is dead on me and I hate it. But when we're on the bed and he's laying there and it's more, I guess it's more of like a POV angle because it's really shot to look at me.
Yeah.
On him, you know, and I get to turn around and bounce that ass like that.
Okay, look at you.
That's what I like to do.
Now, let me ask you this: you shot with a lot of people. You shot with major people in the game. Who is somebody you would like to work with that you have not worked with, male or
Oh,
female, in the game?
okay. So for men on the men's side, there are two people that I really, really want to work with. Actually, no, there are. I'd say there's three people that I want to work with. I'd say that, and one of those is an African American performer. So, for me, I would love to work with Manuel. Like, who doesn't?
Okay,
I
yeah,
just interviewed with him, and it was fantastic, fantastic. So, um, and I always pronounce his last name wrong, and it's like Ferrari or
yeah, I
like
know.
like I always pronounce it wrong because I'm just that's not and I can't it's just but so I don't want to be disrespectful, but everybody knows the Manuel that I'm talking about, and I just he just has the capability of. I was gonna say Rocco, but Rocco no longer performs. Rocco Siffredi,
Yeah,
and Rocco doesn't perform anymore. But those are the two like, uh, Rocco's old. Like I didn't mention him because he's not performing anymore. But Manuel has the same quality to where I feel like he could just pull that out of you, in a way that's like. You're able to be a great performer. Another performer that is currently filming that's in the game is Small Hands, Joanna Angel's husband, and we vibe. Like I've always gotten shown the love from him and Joanna, and he's just a cool person. I've actually got to shoot at their house. It was cool. So I definitely, as far as men are concerned, and then the black performer is Lex because I feel like I almost worked with Lex. I did this movie with Lex, but then he only ended up doing dialogue, and I was mad.
yeah,
I
you
was
got
so
that's
mad.
that's
I was like,
that's one you
no.
gotta. I think that's one that's like you have to work with Lex, Rico Strong, and
Yeah.
and Prince Joshua.
No, and you know what? I was gonna say Prince, but the thing everybody says Prince, and I feel like everybody says Prince. Like for me, the only reason I say Lex is because I almost worked with him. You know what I mean? And then it
Yeah.
didn't happen, and I was like, no,
Have you got to work with Johnny Depp? He's a very good friend of mine, Johnny.
not yet. I'm about to.
Okay,
I'm
okay,
about to. Woo woo.
yeah,
Yeah,
definitely,
me and Johnny
definitely,
about to. We were supposed to actually shoot last week. We were supposed to shoot, but it just had to get rescheduled. So it's still on the docket. Stay tuned for that.
definitely.
Um, I know we're doing another little thing with Penthouse, so that should be fantastic. I know the first time I shot with Jovan Jordan, who's a personal friend of mine, and that scene was fire to me. I think the scene was fire. So I think the one with me and Johnny will be fire as well.
Definitely, definitely,
Yeah.
definitely, definitely.
Cause Johnny cool.
Johnny's real
Johnny got this cool, like little,
cool.
he got that cool, like little vibe. And so,
Yeah, yeah,
and that's just me. I'm real chill. And when I met him on set with Jovan. And he was just finishing, and we got to wrap up real quick and just have a conversation. And that's always something that's important with me when I do decide to work with somebody. Is to have a conversation and have some kind of rapport with them so that when we're on set, it's not awkward.
definitely. So now for the female, now for the female, now there's a lot of females in the game. There's a lot. There you
You
got to.
said what now?
I said there's a lot of females in the game
Yes.
that will probably make a good scene.
Yes.
But you have the porn star Holly Berry, which is everybody call her the Holly Berry of porn, which is Misty Stone.
Right.
And then you have the OG, which I don't know if she still shoots, but definitely shout outs to Pinky Triple X and Cherokee.
Yeah, for
So
sure.
so from there, what female would you want to shoot with to come off with a nice girl on girl scene?
Oh, that's so hard. That's so hard. Are we talking urban girls or are we talking
In
just
general.
girls in general?
In general.
Okay. Well, number one, which hopefully count my lucky stars if that happens. in my lifetime. Me and Jessica Drake, for sure,
Oh,
hands down. Because we just have this, she just has this vibe that is just fantastic, you know? Another girl, shout out to my chocolate drop, Anna Fox.
oh yeah, I forgot about Anna
Yes,
Fox. Yes, yes.
absolutely. That is the, now me and her are personal friends, and we've known each other for a little bit, and you know, she's just a genuine person. And so that will definitely happen. If it won't be on scene, it'll be on OnlyFans.
Anna, Anna, hey, hey,
We
look,
gonna
I'm
make
gonna
that
ask
happen.
you.
It almost happened this AVN, and I
Hey,
was mad because I fell asleep.
oh
You know
man.
that's like you know when y'all got that golden opportunity to smash that fine girl with that fat ass, and y'all fuck up and y'all don't.
Oh
It
yeah.
was like that next morning, and she was like, "You fell asleep," and I was like, "What?"
Yeah.
I was mad. I was mad. So, you know, we gonna make that happen coming soon to
Hey, make sure.
DVD near
Hey,
you.
I'm gonna add Anna Fox in this video, so make sure I'm gonna add her. Anna Fox.
Absolutely. Oh, she knows. She
Hey, Anna, will
already
you see
knows.
this? Oh yeah,
She
definitely.
knows. She knows all them posts that she be posting looking like that. I told her she can't expect nobody not to want to hit that. She can.
Hey, you
What
know,
you
I'm gonna try to
mean?
get her on here. I'm gonna try to get her on here. That's a definite.
Yeah, Anna's a sweetheart. That's a sweetheart. She's one of my really good friends, and I'm fortunate enough to have her in my life because she helped me be a better person, a better performer, and she kind of, her just being who she was, kind of helped me be who I am, and I'm forever grateful. So she's definitely somebody, and we just have that energy. Like there's certain girls. I say that it's hard to choose women because me personally, I really love women. So I've had girl on girl scenes, not many, but I've had some girl on girl scenes. And in those scenes, every one that I've done, there's been a few that I've done like as just like a scene, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But as far as like a movie is concerned, and a scene that I've done with females, you know, my very first one with Annabelle Peaks, and that was fire. And that's still today a high rated scene because it's something about that girl that when we are around each other, I just cannot not touch her. That's just the way that it is. And that's the way that it is with Anna. It's the way that it is with certain women. When I get around them, we just have an energy. We have a spirit with each other. And it's just women are really sexual and intuitive with their sexuality. And so when it comes to females, it's hard because if I don't really vibe with her, you want me to kiss her and make out with her and touch her face and all that, and I want to fucking choke the shit out of her. Like it's just not gonna work.
It's
It's
not
not
gonna
gonna
work.
work. It's not,
Not
you know,
gonna
it's
work.
not gonna be a good. It's not gonna be a good scene. And like I said earlier, I mean, women as women, we're always concerned about the way we look. So I feel like if y'all don't have that rapport with one another, if y'all don't like each other, y'all gonna be trying to outshine each other.
Definitely, definitely.
You know? But
Now,
when you really like a female and you're a female and you can connect with her and you want to touch her titties and you want to lick her nipple and you want to drop spit on her neck and lick it, like, you know, that's what makes a hot girl on girl scene because they want to be in tune with each other.
definitely. Mention a girl on girl scene. You can't mention a girl on girl scene without mentioning this person right here, even though she is retired. Big shout out to her. What is your take on the one, the only beautiful Skin Diamond? You can't,
Oh, that's my babe.
now that right there. Do you?
That's my babe. Yeah, I couldn't mention her because she doesn't shoot currently.
Yes.
And that's another one, just like Rocco Skin, you know, she don't shoot. And the thing is, me and Skin, I knew who Skin was back in the day before Skin was Skin. I mean, she was Skin, but she was doing her alternative modeling thing, and I followed her on that circuit. I didn't even follow her through the porn circuit. I followed her through that circuit. And when I knew who she was, I followed her, whatever. And then I was working as a dancer, and right before I got into porn, I was supposed to meet her. She came and she featured at my club, and that day I couldn't come in that day. And her being the genuine soul that she is, reached out and like, and made a video like, hey, September, sorry we couldn't meet, and blah, 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 blah. And then, you know, fast forward a year later and I'm in the business and we got to see each other and talk, and I got her number. Anytime I ever needed advice, she always gave it. And so, and she's a damn good performer.
She is.
So,
She is.
yeah, she just has that thing about her that is just fantastic.
Yeah. You know, definitely.
Yeah.
So from now, you're in the game. You didn't
Yeah.
shot. You didn't shot for a lot of companies. You done got box covers. You done did shows. 5 years from now, from
Yeah.
today, where do you see yourself 5 years from today?
5 years, I'm gonna be busy. 5 years from now, I'm gonna be real busy. I'm gonna be booked and busy. You know what I mean? No, I got a lot of stuff that I'm working on, like, for sure, that people know about, and some people don't know about. I got a few different products that I'm working on. I got a website that I'm working on. I'm doing some mainstream stuff going on that we could talk about. And so with that being said, 5 years from now, I just see myself, even if I am still performing, because I don't like to say never, never say never. I don't like to say I'm not going to be shooting. I don't want to say I am going to be shooting. I don't, that the future is not foreseen. So, I don't know where I'm going to be at 5 years, but I definitely know that with the different stuff that I got going on, for sure, I just see myself being busy. I see myself crossing over into some mainstream stuff, because I am working on some stuff. And, I got a toy coming out. I got a sex toy coming out.
Let's talk about that, because you told me about the sex toy. That's why I asked the question. Now, you have all these people that have sex toys, because Anna Fox has their sex toy.
Yeah.
I think Flash Brown has his and everything.
Yes, he does.
Yeah. What made you decide to go that route on getting a sex toy, and make sure that they know that, if you can, say the name of the sex toy,
yeah,
and where they can get it from, and if it's out or when it's coming out?
Yeah.
What made you go there?
Mine comes out in July. Mine is the second tier of the editions, and these are starlet strokers. Now, people that don't know what starlet strokers are, it's almost like the Fleshlight brand, but it's a little different. So it is a stroker. It's a device that you hold. It's made at, the top part is made out of silicone. It's by 1AM Doll USA. They're made in the US. So that's another difference, is it's not manufactured overseas. This is manufactured here. It's made out of silicone. Mine will be brown, just like my pretty brown round, and mine, the difference in pricing, ours isn't $50, or mine is $50. Mine isn't $200. Mine isn't $300. Mine isn't, mine is $50. It's made out of Fleshlight silicone. So you put your lube in, and you do what you do, and slide that thing on. The difference between mine and a lot of other products that are out there is that mine vibrates, and as when you're stroking, and as well, along with that vibration, period, like vibration, they also get to hear my voice, and that's the difference. So that's the difference, because a lot of these strokers, people, it's wet and it look like the girl pussy, and it, and it feel like pussy or whatever, and they use it, but they gotta go and watch. They gotta go. Say you at work, right? Or not at work, because work would be because it'd be loud. But say you somewhere, and and you don't want to, because some porn, right here, I'm gonna give y'all like some porn, it be over exaggerated. You know what I'm saying? To where it look good, but the voice that's at that time may not be, maybe the girl goes,
yeah,
doing too much, and she just doing too much. Maybe she look good, but she doing too much. So if I'd like to think that I have a very sexy moan, and so I definitely went into the studio, and you know, just like a real voiceover. It was a moan over.
She said a
It was a
moan.
moan over, and I went into the studio and put the headphones on, and you know, I got to work on myself with my own spirit fingers.
Oh, wait a minute. So you wait. So you went now. Let me get this right. I want to make sure people understand this right. Sure, they understand it. You went inside the studio, just like a rapper would go inside the studio.
Yeah.
Just like a rapper would have his pen in his notepad and he just sit down and wrote the
And
lyrics.
I have my lube in my fingers.
You had your lube in your fingers, and you was left it. There you go. Y'all heard it here first. That's how you do a moan over. See, that's how you.
And you know, but the thing is, because I wanted mine to be as genuine as possible. Like people that know me know that I really take my career seriously, and I really whether I'm on cam, whether I'm here on a chat or on an interview in person, I try to be as genuine as I humanly possibly can, with strategically. Like I share the information that I feel needs to be shared, you know, because I am a public figure and I owe that to my fans to bring them into my world. So I definitely am choosing on what I share, but when I do share it, it's very genuine. And so for me, I'm not going to endorse anything with Reighn on it. September Reign's name, Queen's name, will never be on anything that's not genuine. So I'm not going to go into a studio when I don't feel good. I don't, you know, I'm not truly feeling it. I don't know what's going on. I'm not in the mood. And then, you know, it's going to be a real dry moan. And who wants to please themselves? Like, you know, you need your little quick fix of the day. Like, you know, you irritated. You need to handle that. And then you got to hear an irritating voice as you trying to do what you do. Nobody got time for that. So, you know, I really, and for my fans that are super fans, you know, I want them to be able, if I'm not on cam and they can't like do a cam to cam thing with me, you know, if they're sending me pictures and they're talking to me, or if, you know, they're on my website looking at pictures, if they're on looking at a striptease video that maybe doesn't have any sound to it, you know, or one of my scenes that they like the look of it, but maybe the moan at the time wasn't going there, you know, because again, when you're performing with another person, you have to vibe off of that other person. For my toy, it's just me in a room. And to be honest, I feel like if you can't do yourself, if you can't fuck yourself and get off in the most gratifying way, what service are you doing to somebody else? So for me, I really get into it. When I'm with myself, I'm in that mirror looking at myself like, get it, girl. I'm with it. I'm with it. I get into it and I really make myself feel good because I feel like as a performer, that's what helps me tell another performer on set, okay, this is what I'm okay with. This is what I'm not okay with. This is what I need you to do. This is what I don't want you to do. This is what I want you to do, because that's what's going to make a better scene. That's what's going to make you guys the fans that you are listening and watching. So for the toy, I had went in to the studio and I remembered listening to two other girls do theirs. And one of those, I will say, was fantastic. I loved it. The other one, it's not that I didn't like it. It's just that performer, personally, I feel like they have a certain character, you know?
Yeah.
That's not a bad thing. Everybody has their character. But the September isn't much different than who I am as a person. I'm honest, I'm out there, I'm crazy. That's just how I am. September just happens to be a little bit more sexual and a little bit more open, and she brings y'all into that world. But you know, with me, I wanted it to, in my performance, that's just who I am. That's just who I am in person. In regular life is who September is. So for me to share that, I wanted it to be genuine. And I feel like her persona maybe is a little bit for like it's like her performance is just a little bit animated. That's the word I'm looking for. It's
Yeah.
animated, you know, where it's not bad, but it's just like, I'm not really getting taken there because I don't really feel like that's a real way that you would moan if he was really doing you in that way, you know?
Yeah, I feel you. Yeah.
And so, yeah, I don't know. And I'm not talkative either. That's the thing. Like in porn, we have to be talkative. Touch me here, do this there, do that. And that's not who I am when I really am hot. Like when I really feel like that, like I'm just moaning. I don't need to say anything. Quite frankly, I shouldn't be saying anything. You should be up inside those walls so good that nothing can come out of my mouth but a moan. So that's just me, period.
That's right. Hey, you know what? Y'all heard it here. Y'all heard it here. Now let me ask you this. Now you have your toy, and you
Yes.
said you also have a couple of mainstream movies coming out.
Yes.
Now, how did you get end up hooking up, you know, basically branching off from going from one industry to actually going to mainstream?
Mainstream. Well, see,
How,
I started in mainstream. As a kid, I did a few commercials. I did a few runway shows and all of that. And prior to the tattoos and the piercings, and I have a really young face, and I got tired of being the young girl, so I rebelled a little bit, and then I got into the adult. And so from there, my first thing that I did was Comedy Central, and they did a comedy skit on The Daily Show with Trevor Noah. And so that was my first, and I did that with Misty and a few other stars. And so that was my first stint, you know, as far as like TV. Actually, no, I mean, my first thing was kind of music videos, and then I did that. Um, and then from there, what I got a gig, I got an opportunity to do a mainstream movie. It's a really fantastic movie. We're still in production as we speak. And that also features a lot of different stars like Luna Star. And it's a movie about weed called Moonrise.
okay.
So, and then I have another movie that I'm going to be a part of. I can't really talk about yet. Uh, but I'm super excited about that one because that one is extremely mainstream. My role in that movie has nothing to do with being an adult star. I actually get to show my acting chops.
Okay.
It's cool. I'm so grateful. I'm so fortunate, and I met a really fantastic author that writes movie scripts, and he wrote a fantastic movie, and he wrote the movie, and he included characters, and one of those characters was I reminded him or I helped him make that character. And then he brought it to my attention, like, you know, he sees the grind that I'm doing with the whole mainstream and brought it to my attention. And I'm so honored. And I'm like, that one I can't wait to talk about because I feel like that one's going to be so incredible. And I get to show September Reighn as a performer, not with porn,
There you
you
go.
know,
There you
and
go.
that's going to be cool. So that's kind of how I got it. Yeah.
Definitely, definitely. So now you have your toy, you have your movies.
Yes.
Ask you this: where where can they see you at? Where can they find you at? If I know you have some signings, you have Urban X coming up.
Yes.
Um,
Urban X
let's talk.
is going to be so lit. I mean, for those that can't make it, it's going to be live streamed. And I'm one of the social media hosts. So I will be hosting on the air live. That will be on urbanxawards.com. So I know if they go on to urbanxawards.com currently, they can look at all like the past performers and nominees and winners and all that and get information on that. That's going to be later on this year in August. But for me personally, I'm working on my site right now. I'm working on two sites. One of them is my for my members, for my fans. It's going to have exclusive content on there, never before seen pictures, video, all that, like everything that needs to be there will be there. And that is ispyseptember.com. That will be coming soon. And in the meantime, you can follow me, Facebook, Twitter, Snapchat, Instagram, all of that. Google, Gmail, iCloud, I Spy September. It is always going to be I Spy September. You know, I always tell my rainmakers, come spy on me.
Definitely, 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 definitely. So you have all this underneath your belt. You have all this underneath your belt. What is actually going to be next that you want to fulfill since you've done everything now? You have your toy, you have your movie.
Yeah.
What is
Well,
something?
I mean, I'm still, I mean, the toy, like I said, that's coming out soon. The movies are being worked on. Right now, I just started webcamming again. Woo-hoo. So
Okay,
for those that don't know that I like I said earlier, that I kind of I was nominated. So I used to cam a lot. I built up a really big fan base, and then I went into adult film and I stopped. So I'm currently back on cam. So they can go to September Reighn, and everybody should know is Reighn, Reign, not RAIN, not REIN. You know, and you know, people have to spell it right. REIGN. So it's Reighn like queen. But if they go to septemberreighn.cammodels.com, that is my direct link. They can sign up for free, and they can watch me on cam. And you know, I talk to people on the phone and all of that. And what I'm building right now in the future, like I said, with my movies and stuff like that, like I'm getting ready to feature dance, and I'm extremely excited about that.
definitely.
Because I've been a dancer for so long, and I really put effort into my show. Like, people don't understand. I do pole tricks. I put both my legs behind my head. I'm on the pole with one hand. I'm doing the splits on the pole, like in the air. Like I'm holding the pole up in between my body with no hands. I'm crazy. I'm crazy nice, you know.
For those that don't
I'm
know,
nice with it.
nice
no,
with it.
no,
There you
no,
go.
no. I really am good with the pole. So I am getting ready to feature dance, which I'm extremely excited about, because that's also going to be something that's on uh, my website, which will be like behind the scenes of that, getting to, you know, when you're on, because I'll be around the country with it. And so to get to have, you know, my themes and my performances, and sign autographs and give lap dances to customers, that's going to be epic. So I'm extremely excited about that. I actually just started this phone service, so people that want to reach me all the time, um, you know, they can reach me via Sex Panther and talk to me. I send pictures and videos, and we can sex and do all that sexy stuff, and you know, do all that sexy stuff, and they can go on to Sex Panther .com/September Reighn, or they can just hit my number directly, which is it's 8 for people, I don't know, for Cali. So I guess if you're outside of California, you got to put a 1 before the area code, but it's area code 818-721-9077. So if they contact that number via call or text message, it automatically takes them to Sex Panther, and they can sign up, which sign up is free. Obviously, that number, to have that number, it's free, so it doesn't cost you that. And then from there, once you're signed up, then you can schedule something, or you can reach out to me. The second you sign up and you add me, it lets me know. And we, you know, they can send pictures and videos and on a day-to-day. So I could be on set, you know, and you could see that I'm on Twitter. You can go on my Instagram or whatever and see that I'm on set, and then want a nude right then and there on set. And that's a picture that no one else is going to get, you know?
Oh,
And so if you hit that number, I send a picture, and that's a photo that won't be out for the world to see. That's a photo just for you on your phone, or a sexy video just for you on your phone, because I keep a schedule with cam, so I might not be on cam all the time, you know, or I might be on cam when you're at work or something. So that's a way to reach me all the time. And then outside of all that sexiness, I'm definitely working on my YouTube channel. This interview will be the kickoff, the start with the DVD King. I'm kicking it off.
There you
like
go.
royal style, you know. And you know, and it's gonna have on there I'm getting a pole in my place, and I'm gonna have YouTube videos with tutorials for women to learn how to do striptease, like floor work, as well as pole work, because I'm left-handed. A lot of people don't know that I'm left-handed, and so we have to learn how to do the pole very different than the average girl because it's opposite. So all of my pole stuff will be based on a left-hander's perspective. I also have, some apparel coming out, which is going to be dope. I got some shoes that I'm working on, that are dope. I got t-shirts that are going to be dope. I got a few different things that I'm working on as far as that is concerned, that I'm super excited about.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Now, let me ask you this: for those young girls that are coming in the game, those young
Yeah.
girls that might see this interview and they might reach out to you,
Yeah.
what would you tell a young girl that might come in the game? She's fresh. She just hit 18. All right, she
Right.
just hit 18, and you know how certain girls have dudes in their ear, do this. You see
Yeah.
what I'm saying? But she sees you, and
Yeah.
she sees that you're a businesswoman, and she's
Yeah.
like, wait a minute, hold up. Now I ain't gonna listen to this dude. I like her style. I like her swag. I wanna see where I can go with this.
Yeah.
What would you tell that young girl?
Oh, I mean, the one thing that I tell every performer, male, female, new or vet, just getting in or before they even get in, I tell them two things. Number one, do your research. Most importantly, do your research. I don't even care. Let's say you are already in and you already have an agent and you're already shooting. Fantastic. You can still do your research,
There you
because
go.
you need to figure out who these companies are, who's an actual star, who isn't a star no more, who is legit, who is not, who's abused their authority and abused their position and who hasn't. You need to know that information. You need to know the who's who, because it's not what you know, it's who you know. So that's number one. You definitely need to do your research, because if they bring up a genre, you need to know what that is. What is gonzo? What is, you know what I mean? What does BDSM mean? If you don't know these things, then how can you do an interview and educate the next generation after you?
There you go.
So in order to educate the next generation, you have to educate yourself. Period. That's something that I did from day one. I reached out to Heather Hunter, and big ups to her. She will always be a role model in my life, because she was the first woman to reach back out to me and have a conversation and give me advice. And she's always, anytime I've ever shown her love, she's always shown me love. And when I do go to Jersey this year, I will take a trip to New York to go see her and give her a hug physically and tell her thank you, because she's helped me with my career and she's who I model myself after. So if they see me and I like, oh, I want to be like September Reighn, well, September Reighn wanted to be like Heather Hunter and cross over and do all the shit that she's doing,
Yeah,
So
definitely.
do your research. If you don't know who Heather Hunter is, do your research as a new Black performer, woman performer, especially. And pay respects to them, pay respects to Naomi Banks, pay respects to Pinky, pay respects to Cherokee, pay respects to people that are doing old school people that really are about that life, um, especially like when it comes to like Naomi Banks, because she does, she's into the dominant and submissive thing. So
Yeah,
for
she got that.
black women that want to explore that don't have a role model, there is a role model right there, and she's one of the vets and has been around for years.
Yeah.
So to say that you don't have somebody that looks like you that's in that world, that would be a lie. Do your research. It's there. There are people that do that are of our color that have explored other genres of porn, and so therefore do your research. The other thing that I always say to any new performer, which I feel is equally as important as doing their research, is to take their time, because you don't have to get right in and do anal. I still don't do anal, and my ass is fantastic. Okay, so you don't have to do anal. You don't have to do a gang bang when you're not ready. You don't have to do a blow bang when you're not ready. Take your time, because at the end of the day, whatever you do on porn, you cannot take that back. Whatever you do on camera, it will be there on Google forever.
Forever.
And you are only as good as your last scene, the one that they remember, and you're only as good as your worst scene. So when you have that in your mind, that that I'm only gonna be known for my absolute like worst, you gonna make sure that your worst is your best. Period.
There you go. Y'all heard it here first. Man, I do appreciate this interview today. I do appreciate it. Definitely. All the links to how you can get in contact with September Reighn will be in the description of this video.
Absolutely. Or and if they again, you know, if they follow me on I Spy September on anything, they'll be able to find all my different links up until the site gets launched. In which case, once the site gets launched, then all the links will be available on ispyseptember.com. But I Spy September everywhere. If they say they September Reighn and they ain't I Spy September, then they a damn lie. So, you know.
Definitely. Now, like I said, big shout outs to September Reighn for coming through.
Thank you.
Make sure you guys check out her movie that's coming out.
Yes, A Brown Sugar 2 from Wicked Pictures with Axel Braun. Oh my gosh, that has Honey Gold in it. I mean, it has Jenna Fox, me. It's hot. It's hot.
Hey, make sure y'all go check that out. Yeah. Make sure y'all go look at Urban X. She will be at Urban X this year.
Yes. And when come time, I'm gonna need all those votes.
Yeah,
take home the X this year.
Hey, definitely. Just let me know when they start voting. I'm gonna start promoting you on my channel.
Yes. Thank you.
We're gonna get you out there.
Yes.
And make sure if you guys are in Jersey this year, if you guys live in Jersey, I got some people that follow me from Jersey. If you guys are going to Erotica, she will be at Erotica. You can meet her. All you gotta do is go to her and be like, "Hey, I seen you on DVD King channel."
Yes.
Interview with you.
Come by. If you mention DVD King, I will give you an 8x10. Woo!
There you go. Y'all heard it here. Y'all mention me, she gonna give you an 8x10.
Give you a free 8x10. Let's go. Yeah. Let's do it.
Hey, there you go. Go. I do appreciate you coming through. And one more time, make sure they have your Instagram and your Twitter so they know. I am gonna have
I Spy September. ISPYSEPTEMBER. I Spy September.
There you go. That's her Instagram and her Twitter right there. Definitely go check her out. Follow her. Make sure you guys like, subscribe, share this channel. If you guys missed this video, make sure you can catch the replay on my other channel and on this channel. And it's going to be uploaded on her channel too.
Yeah, which is I Spy September too.
There you go. So her YouTube channel is I Spy September. So go subscribe to her channel. Let's get her subscription up. Let's get her up to 10 to 20,000 subs. And let's get her out there. This is your boy DVD King. I do appreciate y'all coming through, watching the video, the Power Talk today. Make sure y'all come back next Monday. I want to let y'all know who the guest is tomorrow. This is your boy DVD King. I'm out.